in today's video I will show you how to make fish cakes. They are delicious, kids love them, so I will show you step by step how to make them. You can make them really quickly and very delicious. Okay, we're gonna start with all ingredients you will need, and that's all you really need. That's it. So we'll need about 500 grams of cod fillets without bones. We need some salt and pepper, some around 4 large potatoes, so it will be 810 grams, so about 500 grams without the skin, 2 eggs, vegetable oil. Why vegetable oil? Because it doesn't burn in high temperatures, so we need vegetable oil, the best for frying, and it's neutral in taste and smell. We've got some flour, we need some panko breadcrumbs. Why panko? Panko doesn't soak up that oil, which is more healthy for you, so definitely, and it's more crunchy than any other breadcrumbs, so panko breadcrumbs highly recommended. We need some lemon, definitely lemon juice when we're serving. Garlic, we'll need some onion, green spring onions. We'll need a chili, paprika, pepper, just small one, but if you're making it for kids, maybe leave the paprika out. This one is spicy. We need some dill and we need some parsley, and we need some unsalted butter. So that's all we need, all ingredients to make delicious fish cakes. So let's get started. We're gonna start with our potatoes, so we're gonna be oven baking them for about 60 minutes, and so we're gonna throw them to the oven now. And in 200 Celsius we're gonna bake them for about 60-65 minutes. I like to cut mine, so I'm gonna do the line like this, straight across, and then 2 or 3 like this, a bit of sea salt and a bit of tiny amount of olive oil, and we're gonna see each other in 1 hour. Don't miss me too much. Our cod fillets we're gonna be frying on unsalted butter, and then I'm gonna put them on a plate to rest. That will be perfect. Always pat dry with paper your fish before cutting. I just done it off camera, so it doesn't have the moisture. We're gonna get rid of the moisture. Now we need to salt and pepper. Add some salt and pepper to our fish. So we're gonna season it with salt and pepper here. Now we're gonna melt the butter, 30 grams in here. We're gonna fry the fish 2 minutes from one side, 2 minutes from the other side, and then we're gonna add another 30 grams of butter and do second half of the fish. So we're gonna put 1 half and then fry the second half, 2 minutes each. We're turning around our fish on the other side to brown it and cook it, and we're also gonna cook it for 2 minutes. With the butter, we're just gonna spoon it with a spoon and put it on top of our fish. It's really good quality butter as well. Okay, we're gonna cool down our fish. The rest of the butter, we're gonna throw it to the pan and cook, fry basically rest of our fish. Take 2 minutes. Okay, now we're gonna chop our frying ingredients. So we're gonna chop whole onion, white onion, 2, 3 or 4 garlic cloves, depends of your taste of course, and 1 spicy chili pepper. If you have kids and you're making this recipe for kids, what I would recommend is starting with half of onion only, 2 garlic cloves and no chili pepper. Then once we get used to it, second time you're making the same recipe, use whole onion but only 2 garlic cloves and no chili again, and the third time you're making it, use whole onion, 4 or 3 garlic cloves, and then use half of chili pepper. They'll get used to it and they'll like it. That's the best, actually the best opportunity you have to introduce them to hidden garlic and onion, which are really healthy, especially in winter time. And even spicy food like chili and herbs, and those herbs we're gonna just be chopping and adding fresh. So it's gonna be packed with fresh herbs and garlic, onion, chili. So it's a really good recipe, especially for kids and adults, packed with lots of good stuff. I've got in here 1 whole onion, of course I washed it, 2 garlic but large ones, and I'm gonna use half of a chili because this one's really spicy. Our chili pepper, I always recommend to cut it chop it basically and try a little tiny small piece to see how spicy it is, and then decide how much to add, because you can take it back if you add it once you add it, but you can always add more if you need to. So just remember that. I have chopped my onion a bit more finely because I've got kids and I want them, you know, to eat everything. One more thing to notice, that we do not fry any of this before our potatoes are taken out of the oven. So we're gonna start frying everything once potatoes are out of the oven. We're just doing the prep, so we're gonna chop everything. Okay, now we're gonna chop our herbs. So we've got parsley in here, really good for your eyesight, and dill. So we've got 2 bunch of each. We're gonna finally chop it, but we're gonna add it. Once we take the potato out, we need to cool them down, and then to the cooled potato we can add other ingredients like herbs and fried onions with garlic and chilies. So all this is going to be added later on to a cooled potatoes, but they have to be cold before you add it. Spring onions, I usually get all the green bits up to this one, and we're gonna chop it. Quite bigger amount is green beans, those are the other ones, and we're gonna add it fresh. We're not frying them. We're keeping all the vitamins from the herbs, we're going to add them fresh. Okay, we have to prepare 3 plates in order which we're going to be basically breading the fish cakes. We'll need some flour, we'll need 2 eggs, I always add salt and pepper to our eggs, and then we need panko breadcrumbs. So this is the order we're going to bread them, and this is the order we're going to prepare them in here. So we're ready. Our eggs, we need to mix them well with salt and pepper, and our flour, we need to sieve our flour. Okay, this is how potato looks like after 1 hour. They're nice and soft. Obviously they taste really nice, jacket potatoes basically, but if you don't have time, the best thing to do is basically throw them to the boiling water and boil them for around 20-30 minutes if you cut them in the small pieces. It will be the same and quicker because it's going to take you only 20 minutes. You do need to make sure they're cooling down, they're completely cold before you mix all the ingredients. So we're going to throw them outside, I think, for a little bit. Oh, I forgot to mention it's Valentine's Day coming up. So I'm going to throw them outside now to cool it down, and then only when they are completely cold we're going to mix all the ingredients. Okay, if you want to, if you've got time of your hands, of course, throw them in the oven, cook them for 1 hour, bake them. But if you don't, just basically peel them, boil them for about 20-30 minutes top, and once soft, they are ready and cool down. So it will be quicker, it's going to take you half of the time. Before, it's easy for me to open it up, so we're going to cool down quicker as well, as you can see. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to use exactly the same oil we were frying our fish on. Our fish is completely cold now, so now it's ready to add to our potatoes. So that's going to be frying our onion, garlic and chili all together until golden brown. On the same. A bit salt and pepper, and until golden brown. Our onion is ready, but we need to cool it down before we're gonna mix it with other ingredients, because obviously you can't mix it. Okay, our potatoes are now cooled down, completely cold. We're gonna put them without the skin, of course. We're gonna put them in a bowl, a mixing bowl, and we're gonna add our cold fish, herbs, and of course our fried onions, garlic and chili. I've got in here 646 grams of potato without the skin. Now we're gonna add our fish, cod fish, fried up. Mixed up herbs. And our onion. We're gonna mix well and add salt and pepper if needed. Now we're gonna mix everything well, so we combine everything properly. Okay, we've got our mixture. We're gonna be breading it now with flour, egg and breadcrumbs, but first we're gonna form it. So I've got in here a rice cube. You can use a rice cube, you can use a cup, 1/4 or 1/3 of a cup, depends what size you want them. Scoop it out and you can form nice fish cakes. It's probably gonna you're gonna have less or more of the fish cakes, depends on your rice spoon, of course, depends on the size of it. So it doesn't matter, you just shape them as you want them and bread them. And we've got perfect fish. Okay, I've got enough for probably 2 dinners in here. I'm gonna fry between 3 to 5 minutes in total. It's all gonna depend on your fish cakes, of course, size of them. You want to make sure they're cooked first. nice and brown. Okay, and they are done. So they look incredible. Enjoy them. Squeeze of lemon juice, of course, on top, and they're ready to serve.